kind of presence that doesn't rely on complexity or clutter to be noticed. It just exists, confident, clean, grounded. And nowhere is that more evident than in modern minimalist wood wall art. These pieces aren't loud. They don't demand attention with bright colors or intricate patterns. But somehow, when you walk into a room and see one, your eye goes to it instantly, like it's always been there, exactly where it belongs. Minimalist wood wall art lives in the space between nature and intention. It's about restraint, about knowing when to stop, when to let the material speak for itself. No overworking, no ornamentation, just the essence of the wood, shaped into forms that feel timeless, deliberate, and quietly powerful. These aren't just pieces you hang on a wall. They're pieces that shape the atmosphere around them. Imagine a single vertical plank of walnut, polished to a soft matte finish, with a deep groove running straight down the center. Nothing more. No stain. No added color. Just that single line, cut into the surface like a silent pause in a conversation. That's minimalism. That's what makes people stop and stare. Not because there's so much going on, but because there's almost nothing, and what remains feels important. Or think about a series of identical squares, thin pine tiles, spaced evenly apart on a long, narrow board, each one slightly raised, just enough to catch the light. The grain runs horizontally on some, vertically on others. That's the only variation. But when arranged precisely, with sharp lines and equal spacing, it becomes something else entirely. A rhythm, a breath, the visual equivalent of a slow, steady pulse. Modern minimalist wood wall art often works best in neutral tones. Natural oak, soft ash, the dark cocoa of walnut, or the pale clarity of birch. These woods don't need help. They already carry their own character. The job of the artist is to reveal that, not cover it up. A thin oil finish might deepen the color slightly. A light wax might add a soft sheen. But beyond that, the wood is left to stand as it is, raw, elegant, alive. The forms themselves tend to follow strict geometry. Rectangles, circles, lines, grids. But the beauty is in how those forms are arranged and scaled. A single long horizontal plank, mounted above a bed, might be etched with nothing more than a series of shallow grooves, parallel lines that run top to bottom. They don't intersect. They don't vary in thickness, but the space between them changes. Wide at the center, tighter toward the edges. The effect is subtle, but it draws the eye across the surface in a slow, thoughtful sweep. Some pieces use repetition. Imagine 20 slim dowels, all the same length, mounted vertically with half-inch spacing, each casting its own delicate shadow. The piece changes throughout the day. At sunrise, the shadows stretch across the wall. At midday, they shrink. By evening, they've shifted again. Light becomes part of the artwork. It's not just about what's been carved or built. It's about how the room interacts with the piece. And then there are sculptural pieces, wall-mounted reliefs that play with depth without ever being heavy-handed. A panel of overlapping triangles, each one cut from a different species of wood, arranged in soft gradients. The grain runs in alternating directions, so as light hits it, each triangle reflects a different tone. You don't see color shifts at first, but after a few seconds, they appear, faint, like whispers in the material. It's the kind of artwork that makes you lean in, look closer, and appreciate the nuances you'd miss if you were in a hurry. In minimalist wood art, negative space matters just as much as the wood itself, sometimes more. The spaces between elements are part of the design, not just leftover gaps. They give the composition room to breathe. They allow each piece of wood to be noticed, to exist independently, while still belonging to the whole. This space, the absence, isn't accidental. It's intentional. It's what makes minimalism feel calm, even when it's bold. Wall art doesn't have to be flat either. Floating elements are common in modern minimalist design. A large rectangular backer panel with smaller pieces mounted at varying depths, some flush, some raised an inch or two. That depth creates shadow. Shadow creates contrast. And contrast, even in the softest, subtlest forms, becomes the heartbeat of the design. You'll often see circular themes as well. Perfect discs, lightly chamfered, mounted on matte boards. Sometimes multiple sizes, arranged in a grid. Sometimes a single circle, dead center, no variation. The circle itself becomes the focus. You start to notice the grain flow, the subtle shift from heartwood to sapwood. Nothing is added, nothing is taken away, and yet the piece feels complete. Color, when used, is deliberate and minimal. A single stripe of black paint running diagonally across a white oak panel. A burned edge that outlines a square within a square. A narrow channel filled with black epoxy, following a crack that already existed in the wood. These touches don't overpower. They underline. They emphasize what was already there. Texture plays a subtle role, too. Not rough, not jagged, just different. A sanded area next to a hand-planed one. A smooth center with slightly raised borders. A carved channel beside untouched grain. These variations are almost invisible at a distance, but up close, they catch your fingers. They invite touch. Minimalist doesn't mean untouchable. It just means intentional. Mounting and framing follow the same philosophy. Simple, clean frames made from matching or contrasting wood, often frameless altogether. Panels that float off the wall with hidden cleats, casting a soft halo of shadow around the edges. No visible nails, no ornate trim, just the wood and the wall and the space between them. And for all its simplicity, minimalist wood wall art is incredibly versatile. In a bright, modern living room, it brings warmth without clutter. In a dark office, it softens the space without becoming distraction. In a hallway, it stretches the eye forward, leading the viewer down the line. And in a bedroom, it anchors the room quietly. No bright color, no noise, just calm energy, steady and grounded. Even small pieces, just a foot wide, can carry immense visual weight. A single strip of walnut, carved with a gentle wave. Or a set of 4 squares, each with a slightly different grain direction, arranged in a row or stacked like tiles. Nothing elaborate, nothing loud, but unmistakably present. These pieces don't shout to be noticed, but they stay with you, long after you've walked past. The rise of minimalism in design has made this kind of art even more relevant. People crave stillness, simplicity, a way to quiet their surroundings. And wood, with its softness, its organic patterns, its timeless appeal, offers that refuge. In an age of digital screens and endless information, a piece of clean, quiet, wooden wall art feels like a pause, a place to rest your eyes, a reminder of texture, of nature, of human touch. Many makers find that working in minimalist wood design is actually harder than more decorative styles. You can't hide mistakes behind pattern or color. Every edge must be clean. Every join must be tight. Every surface must feel intentional. It requires discipline, patience, and restraint. But the result? It's clarity, a kind of visual honesty that you can feel. Some designs push further, introducing curves into the mix. Modern minimalist wood wall art is proof that less really can be more. It's about what you leave out, just as much as what you put in. There are no wild shapes, no heavy colors, no layered textures begging for attention. Instead, it's clean edges, neutral tones, balanced proportions. Wood used not to dominate the room, but to bring calm into it. The best minimalist pieces don't try to mimic nature. They don't pretend to be rustic or distressed. They use wood in its purest form, plain smooth, edges crisp, grain visible but not loud. It might be one simple square panel with a single routed line, or a thin rectangular strip with a gentle gradient stain, hung vertically like a quiet divider. Or maybe it's just one perfect triangle, pale ash wood, matte sealed, floating an inch off a white wall. Color is subtle. You're not layering stains or painting patterns. You're working with tone and contrast. Think pale beech against white drywall, charred oak on smooth concrete, or natural maple hung on deep matte charcoal. Nothing clashes. Nothing distracts. Every decision serves clarity. Form is everything. In minimalist wood art, shape is the message. Lines need to be sharp. Curves need to be intentional. A single bend or off-center cut can hold more weight than 1,000 textures. That's the power of restraint. You don't need to fill the wall. You just need to place the right thing, in the right spot, with the right proportion. Some pieces rely on negative space, Maybe a square frame with nothing inside, just a border of thin wood, clean and floating. Others play with symmetry. Two matching panels, side by side, separated by air but aligned like mirror images. Even layered designs keep the depth tight. Maybe a single raised element that casts a quiet shadow, but nothing more. And then there's grain. Minimalist doesn't mean hiding it. It means choosing the right grain. You want uniformity, flow, movement, not chaos. Quarter sawn white oak, rift sawn walnut. Even birch plywood with exposed layers can create clean, repeating grain lines that enhance the design without stealing the show. Mounting matters. No visible brackets. No bulky frames. Minimalist wall art often floats. It sits off the wall with hidden supports, casting soft shadows. The lighting is clean, directional, warm white, no colored LEDs. You're not staging drama. You're designing peace. It fits in spaces that are already clean. Blank walls, open layouts, natural light. But it also works in cluttered rooms because it acts as visual relief. It slows things down, anchors the space, reminds your eyes to breathe. You'll often see pieces in sets. A triptych of narrow planks, a grid of 6 matching squares, a vertical stack of 3 progressively darker panels. Each piece simple, but together they become a rhythm. Not loud, just steady. Making it yourself? Don't overthink. Start with good wood, not reclaimed, not overly textured. Clean, straight, stable, plane it flat, sand it smooth. Don't overstain. Either leave it raw with oil or give it a subtle, desaturated tone. If you're cutting patterns, make them sharp. If you're adding layers, keep them tight. And always step back and ask, does this add clarity or clutter? That's the core of minimalist wood wall art. Clarity, stillness, purpose. You're not decorating, you're curating. Every inch of grain, every shadow, every edge is part of a larger idea. That silence can be beautiful. That calm can be designed. That sometimes the most powerful thing you can put on a wall is just one perfect piece of wood, doing nothing more than existing exactly as it is.